Something just happened. And if this is true, the entire Middle East could be on the edge of chaos right now. Reports are coming in that Iran has hit Israel's biggest port immediately after claims that a ceasefire was violated. Yes, you heard that right. The so-called peace is already crumbling. But here's the twist. Not everything is as it seems. What I discovered next will make you question everything you thought you knew about this conflict. Before we go any further, ask yourself, how does a single strike on a port potentially change global oil markets, military plans, and even alliances overnight? Stick with me, because the answer is more shocking than you think. Imagine this. Explosions rocking the port, thick smoke rising into the sky, alarms blaring across Israel. Ships are scrambling, civilians are running, and the entire world is watching in disbelief. Social media is exploding, hashtags are trending. Everyone is asking, did Iran really just escalate this conflict? And if so, why now? And the timing, the timing is uncanny. Because just hours earlier there were rumors, whispers even, about a ceasefire. Was it real, or was it a setup? And that's where things start to get very dangerous, because perception becomes reality, and perception can trigger war. Let's rewind a bit. Over the past few months, tensions between Iran and Israel have been escalating. Secret negotiations, back-channel talks, threats, counter-threats, the stage was already set. Now, one strike, one missile, one moment of chaos, and it all threatens to unravel. And trust me, this isn't just another news story. This is a ticking time bomb that could reshape geopolitics. But here's something most people aren't talking about. Ports aren't just strategic locations, they're lifelines. Energy supply, trade routes, military logistics, all of that depends on a port's stability. So hitting one of Israel's biggest ports isn't random. This is calculated, deliberate, and designed to send a message. And this is where it gets psychological, because when Iran makes a move like this, they're not just attacking a location, they're attacking confidence. They're testing Israel, testing allies, testing the world's attention. And here's the key. Every statement, every tweet, every official denial or confirmation feeds into the narrative. Think about it. Israel reacts, allies react, markets react, social media reacts. But what if some of this information isn't fully true? What if what we see is being carefully controlled to manipulate perception? That's the modern battlefield. Reality versus narrative. Reports are conflicting. Some say the port was hit directly. Others say nearby infrastructure was damaged. Some claim casualties. Others are silent. This uncertainty isn't an accident. It's strategic. Confusion spreads fear. Fear spreads influence. And influence can alter political decisions faster than any missile ever could. So ask yourself, what would you do if you were Israel right now? Respond immediately and risk escalation, or hold back and risk appearing weak? That's the exact dilemma facing leaders in real time, while the world watches anxiously. Now let's break this down. If Iran carried out this strike, there are only a few possibilities. 1. This was retaliation. Something happened before this, something that triggered a response. 2. This was a signal, not just to Israel, but to the entire world. We are not backing down. And 3, this was strategic pressure, a way to shift negotiations, to gain leverage, to control the next move. And all three could be true at the same time. That's what makes this situation so dangerous. Because when actions have multiple meanings, reactions become unpredictable. Because in modern conflict, not every move is about the enemy. Sometimes it's about the audience. Other countries, allies, even citizens. Because perception matters. What people believe shapes what happens next. So maybe this strike was not just about damage. Maybe it was about perception, power, control. And just when you think you're starting to understand this, you have to look at the other side. From Israel's perspective, this changes everything. If a major target was hit, there is pressure, massive pressure, political pressure, military pressure, public pressure. And here's the reality. Staying silent is not an option. Because in situations like this, response is expected. And if there is a response, then what happens next? Escalation. And once escalation starts, it's very hard to stop. Because one move leads to another, then another, then another. And before you realize it, the situation is completely out of control. Escalation doesn't happen slowly. It happens fast, sometimes within hours. Because every side is watching, waiting, ready to react. And all it takes is one move too far, one miscalculation, one misunderstanding, and everything changes. And this is where things start to feel different. Because now, you're not just watching events, you're watching a chain reaction. And the scary part? No one fully controls it. But just when things were already intense, the internet stepped in. Because the moment this news hit, social media exploded. People started posting clips, images, and claims flooded every platform. Hashtags started trending. People argued, was this a ceasefire violation or a controlled escalation? Some hailed Iran's strike as a bold move. Others condemned it as reckless. The internet became a battlefield, and opinions started shaping reality faster than official reports could catch up. Here's the thing. When millions of people are convinced of something, true or false, it begins influencing decisions at the highest levels. That's the power of perception, and that's exactly why every detail here matters. And just when you think the story can't get more intense, intelligence reports suggest more targets might be in Iran's crosshairs. Military readiness is increasing, forces are mobilizing, every second counts. And in these moments, one miscalculation can trigger a chain reaction that no one wants to see. Now I want to ask you directly, what do you think is happening behind the scenes? Are these strikes purely retaliation? Are they preemptive? Or is there a bigger strategy at play, one we might not even be aware of yet? Comment below, because analysing this together is how we make sense of chaos. And here's a fact most people ignore. Wars aren't just fought with weapons. They're fought with stories, with narratives, with perception. And right now, the story is still being written. If escalation continues, several things could happen. Disruption of global oil supply, attacks on critical infrastructure, regional allies being dragged in, and even the potential for international intervention. Every country watching this is calculating their next move based on partial information, just like us. The stakes have never been higher. And that's why it's crucial to question everything, every claim, every video, every official statement. Because in modern conflicts, what you believe can change what actually happens. So here's what I want you to take away. This strike isn't just about missiles, it's about power, perception, and control. It's a reminder that in today's world, information moves faster than facts, and by the time the truth emerges, the narrative may already be fixed. What you think, what you believe, what you share, it all matters. Because here's the final truth you need to realize. Nothing in conflicts like this is random. Every strike, every report, every narrative is deliberate. And sometimes, the most dangerous weapon isn't a missile, it's the story itself. If you want to stay ahead of breaking news like this, and see the full story behind the headlines, hit subscribe now. Share this video with someone who needs to understand the truth behind the chaos. And comment below, what do you think Iran's next move will be, and how will Israel respond? Your opinion is part of this story.